Coming up on DITV, we take a look at Native American culture on campus.
And later, we'll tell you about an Iowa landmark that's making an expansion.
We break down Iowa's matchup with Wisconsin tomorrow.
We'll also give you our predictions for the game.
We can expect an increase in temperatures this week. Find out more on weather.
All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now.
Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Bo Bowman.
And I'm Kaylin Cluck. Comedian Louis C.K. has been accused of sexual misconduct. 5 women, including comedy duo Damon Goodman and Julia Wolof, have come out and alleged that C.K. acted inappropriately to them. Goodman told the New York Times that back in 2002, C.K. had invited her back to his hotel room and proceeded to strip naked in front of her. Louis C.K.'s new film, I Love You, Daddy, expected to be released November 17th, has been abruptly canceled. C.K. has denied the allegations against him and refused to discuss accusation against him in recent years.
University of Iowa officials have released a report of sexual assault. The incident occurred last weekend at an East Side residence hall. The police believe the assault involved an acquaintance of the victim. The only person responsible for sexual misconduct is the perpetrator. If you believe a crime has been committed, you should call 911 or contact the Office of Sexual Misconduct Response Coordinator. For 24/7 support, contact RVAP at 319-335-6000 or at rvap.uiowa.edu.
Construction has officially begun on Iowa's first co-housing community. This is a type of living arrangement where several residents have their own private living units while still sharing resources and common areas. The concept started in Denmark and is becoming more common on America's coasts. The first Iowa City location is Prairie Hill on Miller Avenue. There are 36 separate living units in the building, 21 of which are still open for leasing.
The United States has added a second UNESCO City of Literature. Joining Iowa City, the city of Seattle has been recognized as a city of lit. Reasons include having a strong indigenous people population and being home to the world's largest independent bookstore. Since President Donald Trump announced that the U.S. was leaving UNESCO last month, there's been an effort to award cities the title who have intangible cultural heritage. The idea is to pick cities who have culture and heritage that cannot be seen. Along with Seattle, Quebec City in Canada has also been awarded the title. There are now 28 cities of literature worldwide.
Last night, students gathered at the Latino Native American Cultural Center to share stories of their cultural identities. DITV News reporter Gustavo Meyer has more.
The Latino Native American Cultural Center hosted Our History, Our Voices, Tribal Nations. Students shared their cultural identities through presentations of their respective tribal nations. One of the tribes mentioned was the Meskwaki tribe, which translates to the Red Earths. There is a Meskwaki settlement school located in Tama, Iowa as well.
We have been in Iowa for a very long time. We are the only tribe in Iowa.
The Ho-Chunk Nation, which is a part of the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska, was also represented. The purpose of the event was to showcase the individual cultures and identities within the Native American identity. Classes teaching indigenous native languages were shown, as well as the Meskwaki Bingo Casino Hotel located in Tama, Iowa. As the event ended, attendees enjoyed food and beverages.
Native American culture isn't just a monolith. We all have different specific cultures within our tribes, different languages, different traditions.
Reporting from the Latino Native American Cultural Center, Gustavo Meyer, DITV News.
Well, Kaylin, it's been a little bit chilly for my liking this past week.
I know. I don't know about you, but I can never seem to be warm enough. Let's toss it over to Lauren in the weather studio, and she'll tell us more on what we can expect. Lauren?
We've definitely seen some colder temperatures this week, but fortunately they're going to warm up a little bit later in the week. Although this morning we can see temperatures with a high of 35 and a low of 27 with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will remain relatively the same throughout the day, with cloudy skies appearing in the evening. Now let's take a look at our extended forecast for the week. Tomorrow we can see partly cloudy skies with temperatures rising slightly to a high of 45 and a low of 35. Sunday there will be a 60% chance of rain showers with temperatures in the mid-40s. Monday we will see an increase in temperatures with a high in the upper 40s and partly cloudy skies. By Tuesday the temperatures will increase again to a high of 52 with rain showers returning in the evening. And Wednesday the warmer temperatures will stick around with sunny skies reappearing. Enjoy your weekend, Iowa City. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Lauren. One famous Iowa landmark is undergoing some renovations.
That's right, Bo. DITV reporter Sydney Zatz is in the studio with more on what's happening at the world's largest truck stop. Sydney.
Well, guys, it's hard to believe, but the world's largest truck stop is getting an expansion and will be even larger. The I-80 truck stop in Walcott, Iowa has announced a $10 million expansion. The 100,000 square feet property will be adding on an additional 23,000 square feet. Among the new expansion, the truck stop will be getting some upgrades, from 10 new restaurants and a larger convenience store that will allow more space for drivers to create healthy meals on the go. The truck stop is sure to cater to all needs of its nearly 5,000 drivers that stop by each day. The project is slated to end in late 2018, just in time for the holiday traveling season. To stay up to date with the expansion, stick with the Daily Iowan. Bo and Kaling, back to you.
For the last 6 weeks, Iowa City has had an interesting mayor, and it's a guy you might have heard of. Iowa football star Josie Jewell. Well, kind of. Twitter user Hawkeye Flies discovered that Jewell had been listed as Iowa City's mayor on Wikipedia. According to the revision history for Iowa City's Wikipedia account, the change from Jim Throgmorton to Josie Jewell was likely made around September 21st. The individual behind the edit is not known.
Kid captains are kids who are selected to be the honorary captain by the University of Iowa Children's Hospital for one Iowa football game.
This week's captain, Cooper Foster. Cooper's journey began just 2 weeks old when his parents realized something wasn't right. Cooper was unable to keep anything down and was losing weight quickly. They took him to the hospital.
Cooper was admitted to a Cedar Rapids hospital for 10 days, where they had him on a feeding tube and had to help him go to the bathroom. After this incident, Cooper's pediatrician diagnosed him with Hirschsprung's disease, a condition affecting the large intestine and making it difficult for the body to eliminate waste.
Cooper had to then undergo surgery and had a second surgery just years later. Since then, Cooper's parents say it has been great to watch his growth. All of us here at DITV hope that Cooper has a great time cheering on the Hawks.
You know, Bo, in your opinion, do you think Iowa can possibly top last weekend's win against Ohio State?
I don't think they're ever going to be able to do that, but let's toss it over to Mary-Kate Harrion and Zach Mackey in the sports studio for more.
Thanks, guys. On to Game 10, and Iowa will also take on another top 10 team, with Wisconsin holding the number 6 ranking in the AP poll, so really no time off for the guys here. They have just back-to-back very tough opponents. Thoughts on last week, though, Zach?
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? The field storming. Did you get out of there okay?
Oh, I sprinted off. I made everyone else go in there, and I was like, get me out of here. I'm not getting run over.
Yeah, that was crazy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought that? 55 points, the most points ever scored against Urban Meyer. He's coached for 30-plus years. No one's ever been able to do it. It was just as perfect as it had to be, it was.
Yeah, it was. Well, last week, I'm going to bring something up, which I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm going to bring it up. Let's look at it.
Okay.
Inside Kinnick Stadium, 2:30 kickoff. I got the Hawkeyes over the
You're
Buckeyes.
picking Iowa because of jerseys. Okay, well, I'm going to go with Ohio State because they're Ohio State.
Jerseys are sweet.
So Mary Kate tried to act like it was just a pick, just nothing. Mary Kate, again, now I'm 6-3. That prediction held true.
Well, I'm pretty sure everyone else was on my side there because I don't think anyone saw what happened last week. Just incredible, so much fun. Let's move on, though, to this week. Josh Jackson, I just think, has came out and kind of stunned a lot of people. You know, we saw him play last year, but he's leading the Big Ten and the country in passes defended with 20, is tied for second for interceptions with 5 and pass breakups with 15. He tied a school record with 3 interceptions against Ohio State last weekend. He is also a Benaric Award semifinalist and the reigning Big Ten and Walter Camp Defensive Player of the Week. He talked about how important film was for him this season and how much he watched it and can pick up reads and different calls. So just how important, I mean, he's been very important, but just how important is he going to be now with these last 3 games coming up?
Well, again, Coach Phil Parker has another electrifying DB. He had Desmond King, now he's got Josh Jackson, and Josh does so much that you can't see those plays that are 30, 40 yards downfield where he takes a receiver out of the field. A play is just, I mean, huge for this defense, and yet again, it's going to be a corner who's going to be a top draft pick for Iowa. Yeah. We'll see if we'll be seeing another season of Josh Jackson or if he'll be off to the NFL.
Yeah, how about that last interception, though?
Oh,
one of three. It was unreal, and I think, like, you could hear a pin drop in Kinnick Stadium because cool. Everyone was just, mouths were open. It was unreal. But offensively now, I think Stanley probably had the just best game of his career, hands down. He has 20 touchdown passes total, leading the Big Ten. Just how is he going to do against Wisconsin offensively? He talked about just how that's where they should be, like the entire season. They finally got there against Ohio State.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Nate Stanley has been as good as it gets. I mean, it has been 0 interceptions against a top 25 opponent. Nate Stanley has, I think, totally blown the door open to what people thought coming into this season. More than anything, he just doesn't make mistakes. Again, he's not a guy that's out there maybe making a spectacular play on the run, but he's not making mistakes, and that's what plays huge whenever you have the ball in your hand every single snap.
Well, Stanley is actually from Wisconsin, so he kind of has a bit of a homecoming tomorrow. But here's what he had to say on getting to play in his home state.
There's a lot of kids from my high school that go to Wisconsin, and actually one of my best friends is a linebacker on the team. So, you know, I mean, it's just pretty cool to be able to play against somebody that you know, and you know, also, you know, go back and play in front of your friends.
Have they, you know, reached out to you, kind of, you know, trash talk this week or anything like that? You kind of, you know, said something to them?
No, not really. You know, just trying to focus on what I have to do for the game, and you know, just trying to get my preparation dialed in.
So now with Stanley's friend at linebacker, he has a chance to get sacked by him tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, that could be something to watch.
There's
out
definitely
for.
some trash talking going on. I don't care what Stanley says. If that was me, I would be talking all day long, especially Wisconsin's going in undefeated.
That's you, though. Everyone would expect
that. Be quiet. So we have another trophy game this weekend, though. Wisconsin is pretty similar to Iowa in that they play tough physical football. They are currently undefeated right now, like I just said, and Camp Randall is an extremely hard place to play on. Offensively, their freshman running back has had an incredible year. Jonathan Taylor is leading the Big Ten in rushing at 152 yards per game. They have a sophomore quarterback, but they're all about that run game.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, we're going to be hearing that name for a long time, Hawkeye fans. He's just a freshman. He's up for one of the best running backs in the entire country. He was a real good get for that coaching staff. 9-0, though. They've been really good. They haven't had the schedule that maybe some people wanted, but nonetheless, they got it done so far this season and look to do so with a couple of top 25 opponents now in a row.
Yeah, they got us, which is new top 25.
Yeah.
But here's what the Iowa defense had to say on preparing for the Wisconsin offense.
Huge. They're physical. You know, they're great run blockers, and they have talented backs and, you know, good blocking tight ends as well. So, you know, we're going to have to attack the line of scrimmage. There'll be a lot of double teams on our tackles up front. So, you know, we're going to have to press the line of scrimmage and attack it to, you know, help get those double teams off of them and just try to play physical football. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's always stop the run. That's with every game, but especially this game. I mean, they're high-powered, you know, run offense. A lot of power and stuff like that. They like to run downhill. So it's going to be a lot of D linemen coming up and a lot of the, you know, linebackers fitting the gaps right. So we're going to be doing a lot of things right up front.
A really physical team. Like to play smash mouth football. You know, they have a lot of trades and shifts and motions, what they like to do, and, you know, throw defenses off. And I think they're really unique and a good team.
Well, Zach's going to take Iowa like always. I'm actually going to take Wisconsin, but that's it for us. Kickoff is at 2:30 at Camp Randall Stadium on ESPN. Men's basketball plays this weekend. Just a big weekend for Hawkeye sports. Come back on Monday for all your highlights. Guys, back to you.
That's all we have for you on this Friday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday.
And if that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out the print edition of the news on stands now.
For DITV, I'm Kaylin Cluck.
And I'm Bo Bowman. Have a great day, Iowa City.